All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of the great millstone taught us his truth. I'm the servant Milchamah-ba. I'm going to post this on my new video channel, on my YouTube channel, should I say, my new YouTube channel, which is Malcolm or Yasha Allah. And so this is breaking news right here. It says Trump evacuated from White House correspondents' dinner after shots fired. Okay. And let's check this video. How this is shots being, I guess this is the aftermath. Okay. What was going on at the time?
Katie, do you have all your stuff?
Yep, I'm fine.
And you see these Edomites, man, trying to hold their composure, but this is how they really are. Now they point the finger at Jake. Okay, they point the finger at Jake and say Jake is the reason they shouldn't, be locked up, because they go around shooting in malls randomly. And lo and behold, look at what's happening. The Lord is cold like that, because the video I posted on my channel, I got from Big Reed 7777. He had posted a video, which I made a short out of it on my channel. And the video was going into some spokesperson saying that, talking about the youth, our youth. He didn't say, but he talking about the so-called black youth should be held accountable for, which they should, going into in a mall and shooting randomly, and they do the same thing. He was just making it seem like they were the upstanding, race, basically. So matter of fact, we'll come back to here. We're going to see if we can find this guy, Big Reed, his channel. Because my channel, I put it on, I had added some music to it, so, which I could just go to it, and here we go. This guy here. So here's the, was it this guy here? Yeah, Louisiana, here we go.
Violence that we end up with when we engage in those kinds of policies. And I'm asking the legislature to go back and look at the laws. In fact, people that go into common places and decide to engage in that kind of violence, we should put them away for life. I'm done with them. It doesn't matter how old they are. Somebody has failed. It's not the government's job to raise these people. It's common sense not to go into a public space with a gun and start shooting around blindly. We got 18,000 acres at Angola. And if it's up to me, I'd send them all there for the rest of their lives. Next.
So
this is the kind of violence that we end up
showing you. Now this was posted 22 hours ago. I don't know by this guy Big Reed. Okay. But you have and this came up with these Edomites shooting randomly. The Lord is cold like that, man. He's allowing these things to fall upon them now. Okay. So let's go and get this, the precept. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "This know also that in the last days there shall be, in the last days perilous times shall come." Definitely perilous times, man. And you have many people out there that claim that they're the upholding. They uphold the law and they're law-abiding citizens, but it's the complete opposite, man. It's the complete opposite. Okay? And, yeah, so we got another one. Check this one out here. see how they didn't hear it. You know, I heard it, but you know, I guess they figured they was in a safe place. All right. So okay, shout out to Real News, No Bullshit. Okay, check this out.
Is on the third assassination attempt of the president. So first, before all the shots rang out, oh, if you're behind on all that, I'll catch you up in 1 second. But listen to what she says right here. Not just what she says, what else she's doing. This was right before the shots started going off in the assassination attempt, which by the way left the shooter unalived. They say, but how did he get there? Again, how does that keep happening?
Ready to rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny, it'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great.
Y'all, what in the world are the possibilities? She said there'll be some shots fired while throwing up that 666.
Classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny, it'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the
Y'all, really, what are the possibilities of both of that happening at the same exact time? Of course, all hell is breaking loose. It'd be one thing if it was like, you know, shots fired alone, but when she's flashing a 666 wild, and this is the third time that this has happened. Am I reaching, or does this feel extremely odd to you too? Let me know. And again, the most protected man in the entire world, and this keeps on happening. Awful lot of coincidences.
Now, I mean, it could be possibly they, you know, get him to, I don't know, maybe fake his death. I'm not sure. It wouldn't be nothing for the vice president to go all in, you know, because he's just as, you know, delusional as, you know, the one that's in office now, man. Okay, so there you have it. Let's go back to the news article. Okay, this from Al Jazeera. Okay, it says breaking news. It said, did I read it already? But let's read it again. Trump evacuated from White House correspondents' dinner after shots fired. Okay, it says U.S. President and Cabinet unharmed after shooting at Washington Hill Hotel. Okay, so you have right here the caption under this says agents draw their guns after loud bangs were heard during the White House Correspondents' Dinner at the Washington Hilton in Washington, D.C. on April 25th, 2026. Okay, this is the year of, well, how did Apostle, it said apostates, agents, sellouts in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay. 26 April 2026, it says, United States President Donald Trump was evaluated. Okay, evacuated, from the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C. after shots were fired outside the event. Trump was rushed out of the Washington Hilton Hotel on Saturday evening after gunshots were heard outside the ballroom where the president and the first lady had been seated before the start of the annual media gala. It says Trump said in a post on Truth Social that he and his cabinet were safe and that he would give a news conference from the White House shortly. The first lady plus the vice president and all cabinet members are in perfect condition, Trump said. He says, we will be speaking to you in a half an hour. I have spoken with all the representatives in charge of the event, and we will reschedule it within 30 days. Trump also hailed the actions of the U.S. Secret Service and local law enforcement. They acted quickly and bravely, Trump said, adding that he had recommended that the event continue as planned, but would defer to law enforcement. It says the U.S. Secretary, U.S. Secret Service said the shooting had occurred at a screening area and that one individual was in custody. So that other guy, he said that they was on the live, but it's a conflicting news situation here going on. So it says the condition of those involved is not yet known, and law enforcement is actively assessing the situation. The agent said footage from the scene showed Trump and the attendees taking cover behind their tables after shots rang out as people yelled, "Get down, stay down." Trump was then rushed away from the scene by Secret Service agents, after which heavily armed agents around the table. Al Jazeera producer Chris Shadan said he heard what it believed to be 5 shots outside the ballroom. We could smell the gunpowder. We immediately dove to the ground. It was directly behind me, Sheridan said. I couldn't tell how many feet away, but it was definitely behind the doors to the entrance to the ballroom. So Sheridan said there were a very heavy police presence around the hotel. They are trying to clear the area at the moment, he said. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo expressed her relief that Trump and the First Lady was unharmed. We send our respects, she said in a post on X. Violence should never be the way. Trump has been targeted in multiple assassination attempts, including a near-miss shooting in 2024 that wounded his right ear. Okay, so there you have it. So whether this is staged, I mean, a lot of times, that's the thing that's been going on with the first shooting in 2024, that it could have been, I don't know, ketchup on him, or somebody dropped some ketchup on his ear or some shit like that. But these are the times that we're in. Who knows, man? Hey, I don't know. He might not be the one that makes calling the shots that's going to take us to World War III. It may not. I mean, hey, they got to make it glamorous. When I say they, I'm talking about the central bankers, man. They got to make it look good. They got to keep us on our toes, basically. They putting everything out there and trying to trip the profits up. But, hey, it's still going to end the same way, regardless of what kind of twists and turns you put in the situation. Okay, it's still, this is the end of Esau's age. So let's grab that and we'll end it, man. Because, hey, we definitely in some, hey, there's always something jumping off, man. I don't know how people think it could be any other way but this way. Okay, let's get it. It's the second Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 7. That says, "Then answer I said, what shall be the pardon asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followed?" Okay, verse 8. "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. For Esau, which is the so-called white man, is the end of the world, and Jacob, which is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, is the beginning of it that followed." Okay, so that's what you have, man. Hey, our rulership is fastly approaching, but we still have the main test, which is could be still some few things. Public has to go through famine, food and water. Then then ultimately the chip will be mandated, and hey, then the missiles will be shot off. Then simultaneously to the missiles being shot off, the elect is going to be beamed up in the chariots and see the destruction of this place from the chariots. So we're going to end it there and give all praise and honor to Yahweh Shem Shah. Till the next time, Shalom.